Okay, everybody, welcome back to Tokyo Dark. I believe this is part 7. Wow, part 7 already. Where does the time go? So, I just had to skip through that conversation with the collector. And we're going back up. So, we learned a lot in the last episode. So, I know for a fact we have to go... Like, we're done here for now. So let's just get back to our map. The air in the collector's basement was stagnant and heavy. If I had stayed any longer, I felt like it may have suffocated me. At the time I was there, Akihabara faded away into a distant memory. I returned to the surface, put my hand up to shield my eyes from the sunlight, and listened to the people on the street. Their conversations seemed so pointless, part of a world I no longer belonged to. The busy sounds of the street swept the cobwebs from my mind, forcing me to remember everything I told the collector and everything he impossibly knew. I told him so much, but did I have a choice? Maybe he was right and I was a puppet after all. At that moment, it didn't matter. The dark and the mask both belonged to a world I was now a part of. Normal methods of investigation wouldn't lead me to them. Countless paths were narrowed to 2, and I had no choice but to march forward toward the leads I had been given. As I left Akihabara behind, one thing bothered me. How did the collector know so much about me? Was I really so easy to read? I didn't have time to dwell on it. Kazuki and Reina were in the dark. That much had been all but confirmed, and I now had a means, however impossible, to find them. 2 paths. The mask and the dark. Both were necessary, and I had to make a choice of which to follow first. Chase after a talent agency in Tokyo's red light district, or back to Kamakura to visit Mai, the girl I nearly got killed. Neither seemed very appealing. My logical side didn't understand how either would help, but as everything around me cracked and crumbled away, logic didn't matter anymore. I had to choose, or maybe something would choose for me. Hey, did you just make a crack about me? Well, let's check our stats. Investigation's doing sweet. Professionalism is doing alright. You know what I'm going to do real quick? I am going to hit my apartment real quick. Oh no, I can't. I can only go to Kabukicho or Kamakura. We're going to follow up on the mask first, because going to the dark seems kind of pointless if we don't know how to use that mask effectively. I came here to find out about the mask, but there's something I gotta do first. 6 months ago, I sent one girl to the morgue and very nearly killed another. Since then, I thought of coming here to apologize to Mai Kawana countless times, but couldn't will myself to see her and be faced with my failure. I think of the fear and hurt in her eyes, and I feel nothing but shame. For my own peace of mind, I need to tell her the truth about that day, and about how I lost control. Hopefully she can find it in herself to forgive me enough to help me with my investigation of the mask. Wait, it's fall. Why are there cherry blossoms blooming? It's like nothing's changed since that day. Weird. Should I have even gone in here? Oh, it's you. I was reading the papers and I saw your picture. And then I saw that picture on the TV news. And maybe the 7chan message boards after I looked you up. I'm sorry, I was curious. I remembered meeting you and couldn't believe it. It's like I met a celebrity or something. Oh, of course it's not good or anything, but you know, you never know who you'll meet in this business. Everyone always seems so unassuming. I mean, that's not to say any of it was your fault or anything. Okay, so the message boards are pretty bad. There's a lot of bad stuff on there, like, wow. Pretty wild stuff. Are you done? Oh, right. Sorry, yes. Hello again. Is that it? Where's Mai? I'm looking for Mai Kawana. Have you seen her? Oh, you're looking for Mai again, huh? You sure that's such a good idea? She was pretty upset about the, happenings the last time you were here. I mean, I've barely seen her leave Kamakura since then. Maybe it's best you leave her alone. It's important I talk to her. I suppose she'd be at the shrine that's down this street like usual. Mai's very important to this town. Please don't upset her too much. We all want everything to go back to normal. It's understandable. What about her grandma? Is Mai's grandmother still at that house near here? You want to see her? Well, she is still around, I suppose. I see the comings and goings of all the people around here. I don't see her getting out much, though. Oh, yes, that reminds me. When you were last here in April, did she, I don't know, give you something? I'm not accusing you, of course. I heard that there was an important artifact that went missing last spring. Kawana is old and losing her faculties a bit. Maybe she gave it to you by mistake? Can you remember anything like that? I don't know if I should be honest or not. Oh well. Oh, so you do know about it. That's a relief. Wouldn't want to think something so important was stolen by some riffraff, right? So, do you know when they'll return it? You have to ask HQ about that kind of thing. Sorry. I did. I contacted them several times. They said they didn't know anything about it. They said they didn't have it. You don't think they're lying, do you, detective? They wouldn't lie about something like that, something so precious to this town, would they? I'm sure whoever you talked to was mistaken. Yes, that must be it. I'll keep trying. Enjoy your time in Kamakura. What's going on with the weather here? It's fall. Why are the cherry blossoms out? It's beautiful, isn't it? There's a species of cherry tree, the Prunus subhurtella autumnalis, that sometimes blooms twice a year. At least that's what it says online. Who'd have thought we'd have them here in Kamakura? Well, I say Kamakura, but they only seem to be in this part of town. Lucky, huh? A cherry blossom tree that blooms in fall. I've never seen it. You're sure you get your facts straight? It seems impossible. Impossible? Do you doubt my botany expertise? Impossible would be if the seasons started reversing themselves, don't you think? Yeah, it certainly feels that way. You say something? Why the glum face? Anyway, I hope you take advantage of the weather and go for a picnic or something. The blossoms are so peaceful. Don't they put your mind at ease? A little early to think about leaving. I need to speak with Mai first. Okay, I thought you were like gonna talk him out of, or talk him into like moving out or whatever. I guess that would have been kind of weird. Okay. Show me what you got. Go away, no visitors. Okay. Okay. So far, nothing has changed. Go to shrine. You're not going to be happy to see me. The cherry blossoms fell gently at my feet as I approached the Kawana family shrine. In front of me was Mai Kawana, still dressed in the outfit of the shrine maiden. She had seen me approach and stood there frozen and terrified, the same helpless look on her face as when she had a knife to her throat months before. This time, it was me she was terrified of. We were the only two people at the shrine, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of being followed. A familiar presence watching from the shadows. No, I'm not doing it. Fuck you, creepy mask. Not doing it. No, I won't do it. Why now? Why her? I don't have to do what you say. I'm not a puppet. I can choose. You, the detective from before? Why are you just standing there? Is it over? I'm fine. Sorry to scare you. I'm here to talk to you. See, I've never been good at apologies. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I've been meaning to talk to you ever since that day. I should have come sooner. You're here to apologize? Now? I didn't hear from anyone in 6 months. The police only talked to me once, and then everyone here started avoiding me and acting like it never happened. I guess that makes me the last person you'd want to see now. After that day, I'm sure some police came by and told you that I was only following procedure, but that's bull. Oh man, that noise is awful. Police in this country don't go around shooting people. I didn't feel myself and lost control, putting you at risk. Sounds vague to say I lost control at such a crucial time, I bet. But that's the truth. The truth? It's strange, isn't it? The cherry blossoms, I mean. It's silly, but every time someone comes here and says how beautiful they are, I get so mad. It's like they don't understand my feelings at all. That is selfish, huh? It's not like I want everyone to suffer along with me. I imagine the only other one who understands that is you, detective. Your name's Ito, right? It's so quiet here. It's hard to imagine something like that day in April really happened in a place so peaceful. But it did. I know that you and your partner were only doing what you could to save me, but I wish I could have helped. I felt so helpless. At least you told me the truth. Thank you. You know, I asked Grandma about the mask the red-headed girl was after, and she denied knowing anything. But it was a lie. I found one of her old journals at a shrine, and she wrote that the mask was important and had to be hidden away. Why would she lie to me? I'm sick of everyone always trying to protect me by covering everything up. Grandma hasn't been the same since that day either. She shuts herself up in that old house and mumbles to herself about darkness and purity. I'm so worried about her. My gut tells me that mask has something to do with it. I'm sorry, listen to me rambling away. I bet you don't care about any of that. Yeah, pretty much, Ito. Truth is, I think you're right about the mask having something to do with all this strangeness. I actually came here to ask you about it. You think so too? Then let me help you. I don't know anything, but maybe Takashi does. Oh, sorry. Takashi's my brother. He used to live here in Kamakura with me and Grandma, but he left the first chance he got. We talk on the phone all the time, but he refuses to come back and visit. I get the feeling he knows something I don't. He won't even tell me about how my parents died. Where does your brother live now? He's an instructor at a kendo dojo in Asakusa in Tokyo. I hear he's a big shot in the kendo world. Huh. Sounds like he'd be a good place to start. Do you think he'll speak to me? You can try. He's never been very good at opening up to strangers, though. It's worth a shot. Thanks for helping me, Mai. Well, I'm gonna leave before that mask tries to make me kill you. Fucking creepy ass mask thinks it's so goddamn big. Nah, I'm not gonna bug the old lady again. Just seems like a bad idea. Well, I guess I'm done here. Moving on. So I can go to Akusa now. Okay, I gotta finish the mask path first, I guess. Asakusa, the home of Sensoji, one of the most famous temples in Tokyo. It's also a bustling entertainment district. It remains a pocket of traditional culture surrounded by the city's high-rises. Neat. My investigation up to that point led me to believe that finding Takashi Kawana would be difficult and convoluted, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Turns out his kendo dojo was well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national championships and several of the city's police officers. The latter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive, and I didn't want word of my investigation finding its way back to HQ. A few misfired questions could end up with officers knocking on my door, or worse, Yukimura himself calling me up. I had to be cautious. Alright, so I better fucking be really careful about this. Inside is the interior of a traditional tea shop, but it doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Buy octopus balls. Oh, there, would you be interested in buying some of the finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at a food stand at a festival. These will make you question everything you knew about octopus in ball form. Who can say no to that sales pitch? Sure, I'll take some. Yay! Make me sane. Wow, you're right. This may be the best takoyaki I've had. Thank you, miss. Best takoyaki in all the islands. I don't even care if I lost one professionalism. That sanity is worth it. Look at that shit. I'm stable as fuck. And it's still professional. Tourists, likely. I can hear them speaking English. Ugh, my English isn't so great, so I doubt they'll be of much help, but I wonder what they're talking about. Oh, pardon me. Hello there. Is there something we can help you with? Huh? Don't speak Wait, Japanese? Your Japanese is perfect. As a college professor, if it wasn't, I'd probably be out of a job. I'm no college professor, but I work in a Japanese software company, so I'd be in a bit of trouble too. Hey, don't look at me, I just live here. Not in Tokyo, in the suburbs. Whoa. I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I mean, sorry, I just, never would have thought. Would you prefer to speak in English instead? No. I mean, no, please. Japanese is fine. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to be nosy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata this late in the year. Is there a festival or something? Nah. We come to Asakusa every year, and the yukata became part of the tradition after a while. Guess it makes us stand out more than we already do, huh? Don't knock tradition, Tony. Admittedly, my legs are a little cold, though. Interesting. This looks like the dojo I was looking for. It has a very traditional aesthetic. Oh, that's all there is. Well, let's go in. Who are you? A friend of mine's. You're a friend of my sister's? You expect me to believe that? A little old, don't you think? Gee, thanks. Really, you think I wouldn't recognize you? You're the officer who was at the shrine in April who almost got her killed. And now you're lying about it, pretending to be your friend to no doubt get something from me. Crap, I made a poor choice. Don't look so shocked. Your little deception was easy to read is all. After your idiocy in Kamakura, I heard my crying over the phone every night for a month. Don't bother her anymore. Now get out of here before myself or one of your fellow officers has to throw you out. Wow, what a dick. Well, that didn't go well. Maybe Mai will know how to soften her brother up. Yeesh. Fuck, that was a stupid decision. I should have fucking clued in pretty quick that he would have known who I was. Go to shrines and temples. Hike Shrine and Hills. Kazuki and I like coming here in our off time. Well, let's go back and talk to Mai. Her brother's being a dick. Are you still being a bitch, Granny? Well, I won't knock, because I don't need the fucking neurotic points. Mai, please don't be dead. Okay, good, you're alive. Your brother. I don't want to get too close, because I don't want to accidentally kill her, or something. I think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me. Yep, you found Big Brother alright. He's been protecting me ever since we were little. I know, I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'll tell me anything on my own. You want me to help? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family's been acting so strangely. Even my own brother is keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Sure, I'll come with you, Ito. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way, but if you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything. Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai. No, no more stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and know than happy and ignorant. Good advice. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, if she doesn't know where I am, it can really set her off. Alright, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai. Let's bounce. Oh, now I hope Grandma's not dead. I'm just hoping people don't die. What the fuck? A dead crow lies in the middle of the street. A small body is in a bad state of decay, covered in dried blood. The maggots have begun eating it at its remains. That was fast. And also not a very good omen. I said no visitors. Leave me alone. Grandma, it's me. Please open the door. Mai? Oh, Mai, it's you. Please come in. Yes, come in. I'm here too, Grandma. Wait, what is she doing here? What is she doing here? There we go. It's okay, Grandma. She's here to help. Help? Ha! Did make me laugh. You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something, and you were going to free me from the past. Free you? Are you talking about the mask? Do not discuss that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it. Like needles in my skin dragging me into it. Or drag me to it. In my dreams, I can still see that place. Have you seen it too, Detective? A dark place where those we've lost reside. I'm so old and have wasted so much time, and yet the pain won't go away. My poor Emiko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her. Emiko? You mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone. Takashi told me she died after I was born. Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things, Mai. If it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine. No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe while everyone lies to me. I'm gonna see Takashi. If you don't tell me the truth, he will. Mai, listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door to the past will solve nothing. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please don't go down this path. You look so much like her, you know. Your mother. And you, Detective. Perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do. But keep my family out of it. We've suffered enough. You don't know anything about me, and besides, I'm not the one hiding things from my family. Tell me, Do you know the story of Izanagi and Izanami? Grandma, this again. I'm sure Ito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Really, we should get going. Stay right there. Though I've told you this story so many times, you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be of use to this woman to hear it. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods, known to us as the Kami. In legend, it was the drops of ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the islands of Japan. When they descended to our lands, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realms of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabit the natural world all around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kagutsuchi, the kami of fire, she was horribly burnt and suffered mortal wounds. As she lay dying and faced with her mortality, new kami were born from her suffering. Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable, and in his rage he struck down the child that killed his love. Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kuni, the land of the dead. Half blind and distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try and ask the gods of Yomi no Kuni permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see his love, Izanagi set his comb alight in order to look upon his lost love. What greeted him was the sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face. In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami, enraged, sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with a great boulder. So you see, it's our mortality that brings suffering into the world, yet resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed, and some doors should never be opened. You must stop. Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. We're talking about real things. The story may be a myth, but there is truth within it. Can't you see that? The things you pursue, they're unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First those bastards take my Emiko, and then you show up. Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins. Mai, come here. Come here, my sweet child. We must keep you away from her. No, Grandma. I told you already. I'm going to see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore. No, you can't. You can't go. We must protect our family from outsiders, Mai. You're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal. Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much these lies have hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito. You're delusional. You tell us stories about kami and spirits. Takashi might hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's gonna tell me the truth about everything. About Mom and Dad too. No, stop. I'll tell you how your parents... how they... You can't, can you? You'd never told me how they died. The reasons always changed every time I asked. Now, Mai, please, you must listen. They might be listening. They're still out there, and they haven't forgiven me, can't you see? They? What are you talking about? You're insane. I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to check on you soon. Don't go, please. Goodbye, Grandma. Fucking heavy. And here we are, back on the street. I'm sorry. She's gotten so much worse since the last time, or since you last saw her. No, it's fine. What do you think she told us that story for? About Izanagi? I don't know. It was kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Come on, let's go see Takashi. Will do. Will do. In the next episode. Oh, shit. So, as per the usual, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.